More than 2 years after losing a best friend, John Bullis was given an opportunity to honor his hero. A digital film and television major at Wisconsin River Falls, Bullis had a semester-long assignment to create a documentary on the subject of his choice. Corporal Peter Courcy was serving in the Army when his Humvee was struck by an improvised explosive device in Afghanistan. Courcy's death rocked the North Texas community in February 2009, and having lived through it, John took his experience of welcoming home a fallen soldier to craft a narrative.
It kind of never sank in up until this past year. You know, coming up on being a senior in class and doing senior projects and stuff. And, you know, I had a couple discs from the family, DVDs from the family that they had gotten produced. You have Peter in Afghanistan, the Army filmed that and put it on a disc for the family. And then another company filmed his homecoming here with the burial and everything like that. What I wanted to do is when I got this idea to do a senior project, I wanted to take all that footage and compile it into a narrative and compile it into a documentary that people who have no idea who Peter Courcy is can understand what's going on.
In tribute of his best friend, Bullis decided to detail the dangers and real-life situations of those in the military. Someone had set out to kill Peter Courcy and the members of his unit by placing explosives in a car that would cross their path. The young filmmaker honored the bravery of his hero by not sugarcoating the gruesome nature of how he died, by showing a montage of I.E.D. explosions to draw his audience in and shake them with the reality Peter and many others face in protecting our freedom.
I wanted to get the viewer and people who didn't really know what was going on kind of developed into Peter's story. I had to incorporate some way I wanted to start the movie off and documentary off kind of with like a nail-biting, gripping, like, whoa, this is going to be intense, but it's not going to cross the line of overly too intense. There's 3 different Hummers that are involved in that one shot, and they're not the same.
A project so personal in nature, Bullis' tale of losing his best friend in a violent and abrupt manner would not have been complete without his own testimony.
I wanted to kind of envelop my experience of going through what I had to go through with Peter being killed in action. So that kind of turned me towards getting the interviews of people that were close to me. This documentary is over my experience of going through this ordeal of losing a best friend to war. So that's why kind of my voice sort of narrates the documentary, as well as other firsthand accounts of people that were directly involved with me.
The creation of Guard of Honor not only allowed Bullis to finally cope with what had happened to his best friend, but honors so many others tied to Peter's life. Anthony Courcy was just 5 months old when his father was killed, and will grow up to know him as a hero taken too soon. Bullis' aim was to preserve the memory of someone who made such an impact on the lives around him, and by enduring a project that proved daunting at times, Peter will always be honored and remembered.